Hold on. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whoever and wherever you are. This is Lee, and we're on the game of tongues, where we work on speech anxiety in all its forms. And right now, we have the pleasure of talking to one of my long term mates, VAIBHUV from Canada. Say hello, VAIBHUV.
Hi, how are you all?
Hi, VAIBHUV is from Ottawa, and he's in the artificial intelligence world, which sounds very, very tricky to me, very
Yeah.
sophisticated and very challenging to me. Vaibhav is a guy who stuttered pretty severely from a young age, and he first came to us in July of 2017, and we didn't talk every week, but we talked a lot of times, and we did our best to do it pretty steadily, and we kept talking, and finally um, he posted a success story sometime in 2018, and we then I think once since then we talked. It's now January of 2020, so it's been a while now. It's since he been a couple of years since he posted anyway.
Oh
And
yeah.
so the purpose right now is very short and sweet. It's just an update on his success story. Could you tell us very briefly um, how you just summarize your speech journey in 100 words or something? Could you do that for us?
Oh yeah. Initially, I used to be stuck on every second word or third word, maybe. But after applying all techniques that had been explained in you go, in a book, like okay, self hypnosis, and then auto suggestions, and then reading aloud and all crutches. Yeah, I have been able to speak very smoothly and fluently, and it's almost like 12 months and 13 months now that we spoke last, and everything is very smooth at my end. I didn't have any incidents as of now, and I'm still practicing like every week. I practice once or twice, all methods or crutches. I still do auto suggestions a while, yeah, every 4 days, 5 days interval. So I'm still having a catch on all those techniques, and SH as well. I still do SH when I think I may get anxious and I have to speak in front of a public or a group. I still do SH a lot, and everything has been really smooth nowadays. Like I didn't even think about stuttering as much now, and it is decreasing day by day. Every day it decreases. Like every minute it's decreasing. Like I may think about it like every 3 hours or 4 hours. So yeah,
Yeah.
the 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 thought process itself is like change. It's it's decreasing day by day.
Well, that's great news. I would say too that for anyone who happens to watch this, when I met Vaibhav, he really did stutter on most words, and that was no kidding. And he made some very serious grimaces and so forth with his face, and all of that stuff is gone. It's been gone for a long time. I think in Vaibhav's statement just now, he made very clear that he has not quit the program. He continues to do his auto suggestions on a regular basis, and that's really the biggest single thing I can think of. And I'm sure he still reads aloud some. I still do it. I assume you'd
Yeah.
still do it, Vaibhav, too?
Oh yeah, I still read aloud the latest edition of your book. It is even better. It has even extra content. And yeah, I still like go through the the crutches techniques and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm still doing it because I want to be involved, still involved in the whole process.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to form a speech club near term, and when we do that, I hope you'll join that.
Sure.
because you need, though you are forced to do in your career, I know you are. You have to give reports to groups and stuff about
Yeah.
artificial intelligence. So I know
Sure.
you're surviving that well. I know you work, because every time I've talked to you, you've told me about it, and you've written me about it sometimes. And it's been wonderful. You've written me wonderful, wonderful things about your
I
speech
am on
experiences.
call every day, every single day. I'm on a call, on video call, audio calls. Yeah, at least 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, and everything is smooth. Everything is
Oh,
going awesome.
that's just fabulous. And now, do you mind if I do a little summary of this session and put it on
Sure,
my Facebook page as
sure,
well?
sure,
Because
absolutely.
I have 5,000 stuttering friends on Facebook, and every once in a while I like to put something on there and say, "Here's a guy you can go watch and listen to him." Because a lot of people don't believe me, no matter how many dozens and dozens and dozens we post. People still stand back there and say, "No, it's not true." So it's very discouraging, to hear that from
Everything
people.
is here. Everything is here in your head. Everything is inside the head.
And you're beating it. And I say that we have two other objectives. I mean, the first objective you achieved a long time ago, and that is you learned the crutches well enough to avoid stuttering. You could find other ways to get through your conversation at like a normal person, which you are, and you always have been, but you weren't with your speech, and you are with your speech now. You can do that. That's number one. But and then you go on a success story on SAA. But after that, we want you to learn to love to speak, and that means
Yeah.
the more
L-
speaking you do, we want you to learn to embrace those opportunities
Passionate about speaking.
and welcome them and have a
Yeah.
good time with them and enjoy them. And finally, to keep training your mind every day in any way that you think will be helpful to your life, not just speech. Those are our three objectives. Listen,
Yeah,
I promised you
absolutely.
5 minutes, and I know you're working, and I don't want to interfere with that. So I want to thank you for your time,
Sure,
Vaibhav.
sure. Thanks a lot.
And
Yeah,
I want to wish you a happy New Year. And
yeah.
someday,
Happy New Year to
hopefully,
you
if I
too.
ever get to Ottawa, I'm going to
Yeah,
make you have
please
a
do
cup of
come.
coffee with me, and
Yeah, absolutely. Please do come here.
we'll have some laughs.
Love to be. Yeah,
I remember one parting
me too.
thing one thing in parting. There is a person whose name I won't mention on here, but you know him. We have a mutual friend in Canada, and when I first started coaching you, and I was very optimistic and so forth. He said, "There's no way." There's no way. He said, "That guy stutters way too much." And so after a while, I said, "He is, for all practical purposes, beating it." And the guy said, "Really, really?" So he would run into you somewhere, I don't know where, and he would write me back, say, "No, he's not. He's not." So this happened a couple of times. Finally, I said, "This guy, VAIBHUV, has whooped it. He's beaten it." He said, "Really?" He said, "I don't believe you." So next time he ran into you, he wrote me back and he said, "I agree. It's a miracle. VAIBHUV is as fluent as anybody I know."
I
So,
don't know yeah, who is that?
well,
I don't
I
know
can't
who you're
say it.
saying.
I can't
Yeah,
say it
it's okay.
online
Yeah,
because it'd be a
yeah.
violation of privacy. I'm
Sure,
happy to
sure.
tell you privately.
Okay.
Listen, have a wonderful new year and be good and stay
You
in
too.
touch and
Sure.
feel free to call me or email me anytime you want to.
Oh, sure. I'll do that. Sure. Thank you. Thanks
My
a lot.
pleasure, mate. Thanks for the call.
Yep, yep.
And that's Vaibhav, and he has stopped stuttering, and a long time ago, almost 3 years now. So just remember, if you can say one word anywhere, anytime, just like Vaibhav, you can learn to say any word you want, anywhere, anytime you want. So do it. Have a happy new year.